Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to watch the second part of the Genelec subwoofer installation. In the previous part we unpacked the subwoofer, we did the cabling, and in this part we are going to add the subwoofer in the existing speaker layout. We will do some group configuring and then we do some acoustic measurements and calibration, and finally we do some testing.
Next we need to update the existing SUM monitoring system layout. Then we are going to define SUM monitoring group. After that we run automatic calibration, and finally we run automatic phase calibration for subwoofers. Woofer cal would be automatic calibration for woofer system, but it's not applicable for our case here. In the layout style drop-down we can choose the setup for our speakers, how they are physically located, and there are various options like stereo pair or 2.1, which adds the subwoofer, which is exactly what we are going to do. There would be many more different alternatives from 7.1 to 7.1.4, and you can see there are multiple speakers that would need to be configured in that layout. If you want to go really crazy, you can pick up this huge selection, and I'm pretty sure that you can accommodate all the possible SUM speakers that you might have or you might get in the future. But for now, let's settle to 2.1 configuration, and then the way how this works is that we simply drag and drop the speakers in place. Right speakers goes there, left speakers is on its place, and then here on the left we have only one unplaced subwoofer because the two monitor speakers, they were already existing. So let's drag the subwoofer to its slot here like this. So this is our speaker configuration, and then we confirm this layout. In this SUM group view we can give a name for our group, but since I already had the existing group, it already has the name, which is SIT Digital. Then we could give system delay, we could change bass management, and we could choose the input mode. The monitor speakers of mine, they have two set of inputs, analog and digital. Then there's group sensitivity, but we don't need to touch these for now. I already had all these four different groups here on the right side. The rationale for this is that I have sitting position, but I can change the height of the desk. So if I want to stand, I would choose this stand digital. Additionally, I have similar pair of analog groups, which is for the analog inputs coming from the turntables and the mixer. So our main monitors, they are both online, but the subwoofer is gray. When we click this icon, we can give a name to the subwoofer, and by setting group status to on, we bring the subwoofer online and the icon changes to white. We are not going to use analog input, but we use digital input, and let's choose this A option here for the frame to be used in this AES EBU communication.
Before we can move on with our acoustic calibration, we need to set up the measuring microphone. The measuring microphone comes in the GLM package with the GLM network hub. So let's hook up the microphone. Okay, the GLM network hub should be somewhere here. Here's the hub. So we have the network cable for the GLM control network cabling. Then we have the connector for the remote volume control knob on my desk. And then we have the connector for the measuring microphone. So let's plug this in like that. During the acoustic calibration, the speakers will generate several sweeps, and those sweeps are listened by this microphone. And after that, the received signal are analyzed with the Genelec Cloud.
Here in this article, acoustic calibration view, we can set calibration mode and start the calibration. For calibration mode, there are a few different options, including single point or multi-point measurements. We are only going to use the microphone in one measurement point, so we choose the single point. Then if we would have the main monitors placed, for example, one monitor in the corner and the other one would be freestanding, we should choose individual EQs. But now, since our monitors are symmetrically placed, we can choose symmetrical EQ. Then for the analysis of the signals and sweeps, we are going to use Cloud AutoCal 2, which means that we are going to have the latest and most advanced algorithms in our use.
One important point is to set the microphone level on the same height with your ears, which is what I have done already. And now we only need to move the microphone to the listening position, and then we can start the calibration.
So then let's start the calibration. I click the start calibration and I will get a notification that there will be sweeps through all loudspeakers. Now we are going to place the measuring microphone in the listening position and make sure the room is quiet. And now the calibration has been completed and we can save the new acoustic settings to this group. Let's have a look on the calibration results. If I right click this subwoofer icon, I can choose the acoustic editor, which will show the frequency response of the measurements, filter sum and the corrected one. The red line here is the one that was measured through the microphone, and here we can see that there is a lot of boost on the frequency of 29 Hz. Then there are the multiples of 63 Hz and 124 Hz. So these are the room modes. Based on the analysis, the blue filter sum has been generated, and summing this red and blue together will get the green line. So let's have a look how well the calibration did its job. By right-clicking this subwoofer icon, we'll get to the acoustic editor, where we can see the measured frequency response. In this graphics, the red line is showing the measured signal, and then the blue line is the sum of the filters, which is the result of the analysis. The sum of these is the green line, which represents the corrected equalization. And we can see this green line, it looks fairly good. It's even, it's quite even out. And we can see the subwoofer is reproducing the sounds from 19 Hz up to 130 or so. Let's check how the main monitors look like. So here's the frequency response for the left monitor, and here the graphics look a bit wilder. The red line is once again the measured response, then the blue line is the filter sum, and the green line is the corrected result. Here we can see the notches or the room modes. They occur here at 63, and multiples of that 124 Hz, and they continue upwards on this frequency scale. We can also see that there's a massive dip just under the 100 Hz. It's almost minus 20 dB of attenuation, which has been measured here. And this is a bit problematic in a sense that the filter can't recover this dip here. So the green line, the corrected or equalized result, it still has this massive dip here. This is really bad for our drums and bass playing. Another big dip occurs here at 184 Hz, where we have almost minus 10 dB of attenuation as well. So these should be definitely cured. We can also see that this frequency response now overlaps with the duties of the subwoofer, and that's because we chose to have full band for the bass management. So this is something we need to go back and fix. So let's edit this group for the bass management so that we select the used bass management crossover frequency. There's a set of options beginning from 50 Hz up to 100 Hz. So let's try this 100 Hz first. We confirm this group, and then we need to do the calibration again. After we click this confirm auto calibration, we get to the last step, which is the auto phase. And what this does is that this automatically will correct the phase between the subwoofer and the main monitor speaker. And here what we need to do is that we need to click the subwoofer and then select either the left or right speaker to make it a pair. Then we start the calibration and GLM does this automatically. There are some low frequency sounds that the microphone won't catch up, but you can see on the screen that the calibration is progressing. And quite soon we are done. So we have our layouts in order, groups, automatic calibration, and this final and the last step for our setup is also almost completed. This GLM software is very easy to use, and it's really helpful to configure the speakers with this. So there we are, everything is now done. And as the last step, we can confirm the calibration.
And this is how we have come to an end of the second and the last part of the subwoofer installation. To recap, in this video we updated the speaker layout, we added the subwoofer to a layout that already existed. Then we did acoustic calibration using the measuring microphone, and we had a look on the frequency responses and the problematic room modes that are affecting what we are actually hearing on certain room mode frequencies. We were able to fix some troubles, and we did some testing quite successfully. So many thanks for watching.